What's up, everyone? It's Jason Jani, and welcome back to my channel. I'm grateful that you're here, and in this video, I want to share with you some secret sauce to help those coming over from the club space to the private event space to help do you a solid and get you set up for success. I mean, I'm someone that's played in both worlds, both the club world as well as the private event world for a long time, and I've done my time behind the decks in both environments. Both environments are the same, but at the same time, they're very different in a lot of situations and circumstances. Now, I'm going to share with you some honest thoughts and opinions based on things I've seen people do and miss the mark on when they've come over to the private event space as someone known to rock clubs and that have the technical ability that is just incredible. And just because you're a dope DJ in the club space doesn't mean it's going to translate over to the private event space at all times for all people. So I want to offer you a couple things to think through to set you up for success so that when you make that transition over, when you are part of someone's private event, you look like a pro that understands and has adapted properly so that everyone feels your flow and can get down to everything that you're able to do. This is not a knock on anyone or anything specific. It's based on a lot of things that I've seen over quite some time. And I think over the past couple of years, the transition from the club space to the private event space has become more and more, I think, available and attractive to people that have either grown out of the club space or are looking to diversify their portfolio, the things that they do, and of course, be paid properly for their efforts as a talented person behind the decks. So I'm going to offer you some tips based on things that I've seen people do and not do in different scenarios and circumstances to help you get to the next level. That's what this channel and everything on this channel is all about. And if you're new to the channel, I'd love to invite you to support me and all things here with a subscription down below. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button. You'll stay in the know of all things going on here. And if you're new to the channel and you want early access to videos that are now amassing here in the background, consider joining me and everyone here with a membership. It helps support the channel, get you early access to content that will be published here on the channel, and it will give you the opportunity of casting your voice and letting me know of the content that you would like to see here in the future. Your ideas help me create content, videos just like this, to help further our industry and all things going on here on the channel. I want to jump right into it, and I want to talk about music. And I think it is so important that if you're a club DJ and you're playing private events, that you are mindful of what you're playing and how you're playing it. Not all styles and things transition over, but one thing I think is super important is that you're playing clean edits of music. Now, in the club space, you don't have to play clean edits of anything, but in the private event space, it is so important that you are mindful of what you're playing and who is in the room. Now, I work for many couples that are like, yo, you don't have to play clean edits of anything. I want the dirty, unfiltered versions. I want it to be ratchet. I want it to be crazy. I want it to be next level. I understand it. But I am someone that is really, really kind of dead set on always playing clean music. And here's the reason why. You never know who is in the crowd, who is a guest sitting at the table that might not be on the dance floor. You never know who is recording a video that's going to be posted up on social media that someone else is going to see that might impact them from calling you, from reaching out to connecting with you and having you even be in consideration for their celebration. Let's just say you're doing someone's wedding and you're dropping dirty versions of all songs. Someone shares a story and that person who receives it happens to be of more of a conservative family, and maybe they have people there that are church going or very religious, and they know that that style won't fly from them. Now, that person who may have wanted to reach out to you is not even consider having you because they think, or they may think, that that's all that you do. I think it's very important to be mindful of who's in front of you. I also like to play long game, and you never know if the owner of that property or a decision maker at another property or a decision maker for a company or a decision maker for someone else's day, whether it be a photographer that can influence things in the future, will be open to that kind of music and the dialogue that could take place in dirty edits. You want to keep things clean, super squeaky clean if you can, so that it's the best look for you and your brand. I think if you play dirty stuff, not that there's anything wrong with it per se, but it could rub people the wrong way, and it could impact you from getting to where you want to go in the future if this is the thing that you want to do in the future. I think if it's a one-off, okay, whatever. But like if you're looking to do this and do this at scale over time, staying with clean edits is everything. It'll help you in many, many different ways. I can't even tell you how many people have come to us because they've been part of events and they're like, yo, you always play like the best music, but you always play clean versions of the best music. And I think that's really important. So again, if you're gonna play an edit, make sure it's clean. That will rock the party in the private event space. Next up, all tricks and stuff that goes on and goes off in the club doesn't always translate to the world of private events. So think of like really complex word plays or heavy scratches or like killing the vibe and a cold start on stuff. Yes, that can work in the private event space, but people like Aunt Brenda on the other side of the dance floor might not understand it. The more you do things that people don't understand, the harder it will be and the more challenging it will be to keep the dance floor stuffed the entire night. Think about the vibe. And if you're going to add some tricks and flair to your sets, totally cool, totally welcome it. Just be mindful of who's in front of you, how they're receiving it, and think about the vibe. Try to keep the vibes high and the vibes kind of like always moving on like that wave of energy that goes on during a party. Try to take people on a journey, on a ride. And it's cool to use techniques like scratching and complex word plays, but if you notice that it's killing the floor or people are stopping to dance to watch you do your thing, that might not be the right vibe. And people that are older that are guests at that event might not enjoy it. So think about the masses, think about applying whatever it is that you're doing to the mass of people that are in front of you and make sure it's connecting with them. And if it doesn't, try to limit it. It's cool to scratch, but I like do like minimal stuff, if anything, when I'm playing. I think being smooth with mixes and being quick with mixes is more important to keeping a vibe and energy level high as opposed to the party just like staying in like the mid-level the whole time. The point here is things that work in the club don't always translate over to the private event space because of the people that are going to be there. The people as a whole are not just all younger demographic people. There are older relatives, there are family members, there are friends of family that could be there that might not get it. And you want to make sure everyone has a good time with you as the person rocking that party, as opposed to people standing there being like, what the hell is going on? What is this dude doing? He's killing the music. You want to keep the vibe alive and you want to make sure it's enjoyable for all. That's the point of this tip. While I'm talking about music and style of play, I think it's important to know that like private events are not the place to break new records. Just because Drake dropped a new album the night before doesn't mean you need to play that album on site at that wedding you're doing that weekend unless the couple specifically asked you for that style of music. Chances are people are not going to know the music, and the point of doing a private event is to keep everyone involved, keep everyone like on point, and to keep the energy high, right? You want to play stuff that people know. It's cool to play newer music, absolutely. It's cool to play mashups and edits of music that everyone knows, absolutely. The point is everyone knows it, and you want people to be able to follow along to sing unless the couple's giving you specific direction as to play this or this artist or this producer, and that's what they're really into. That might make sense for the moment, but don't sit there all night long. Just because someone dropped a record that week or the day before doesn't mean you need to break those records at weddings. It's not a club, it's a wedding. And the more you play that everyone knows, the higher chances you'll keep the dance floor packed the entire night. Last tip, as a DJ, it's super cool to not sit in one place for too long. Someone that's playing a private event might play a little bit differently than a club, or you might stay in a pocket of certain like genres or eras at different moments in time. At a private event, you have different people in front of you, so you're gonna play to the party as opposed to playing for yourself. Less ego, more crowd. Think that way, right? So it's cool to skip around and quick mix in and out of different eras or genres or styles of music. It's cool to play throwback, to play disco, to play a party hip hop track, and then to play something from like the 2010 era. It's cool to move it around as long as people are following you and absorbing. It's cool to play hip hop and then country and then go back to hip hop. You can do a lot of things and be really creative with your sets in private event settings, which I know some people might not understand, but like, The point of it is to keep everyone on the dance floor, everyone having a good time, and to make some right and left turns at different moments of time to keep the crowd and the energy building. Think about the waves of energy that go on during a party. I always refer to this, but like, it's important that you take people to extreme highs and then you kind of guide them through lows during different transition points of the day. The point is, you don't have to stay stuck in genre or stuck in era at all times. At a private event, you can be super creative with your music, with your mixes, and with your song selection, your programming, to keep the dance floor alive and to appeal to the masses. I think that's the theme of this video. Anyway, I want to hear from you. Are you a club DJ that's transitioning to the private event space? Are you having trouble? Are you struggling with kind of the vibe at your parties? Are you not enjoying it? Please let me know in the comments down below, and I hope that you could take some of this information into consideration for your next event to help make it even better. And if you don't agree with me, I want to hear from you too. Throw it in the comments underneath this video. I appreciate you sticking with me to the very end. Please be on the lookout for more content coming right here to this channel in the days, weeks, and months ahead. And thank you so much for watching.